And I'm going to flip across. And if you all could mute yourself, and then we'll take some questions at the end, that would be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. And Julie, do you want to kick it off with the front?
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. For a nice Sunday night. Great to see everybody. We just wanted to say hi. Thanks very much for all your support, because we made executive director last week, and it was because of all you guys. Yay! Thank you so much. And we've been working out on the system for ever since we came in, I think, in LifeWave. So we've actually got it now. It's steamrolling. It's so simple. And we just wanted to sort of show you what we've learned in the last 14 weeks, which has been unreal. We've had unbelievable growth points, and it's just been fantastic. And just wanted to share it with you. And we got some surprises, some stuff to give away as well to people that have done really well. And so I'll hand it over to Canute, and you can get rolling, honey.
Yeah, thank you. So everything starts with a why. Everything starts with a why. Everything starts with a reason. And for us, we started this run. I'm 60 this year, and we kind of go thinking, all right, we need to help people around the world. That's the bottom line. We'll go into some more details afterwards, but as a part of a journey, we're looking for a way to find a duplicatable system, something that works. And I think my best analogy would be everyone on this Zoom can make a chocolate cake. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether you like a chocolate cake or whether you love a chocolate cake. But if you have the recipe and the ingredients, then you can create a lovely, moist chocolate cake. But if you don't follow the recipe and you throw all the ingredients into a bowl and you throw it into the oven and you turn it on to 350 or whatever for 20 minutes, what are you going to get if you don't follow the recipe? It's going to be an alrighty mess. It's going to be really messy, and it ain't going to smell or taste or anything like that, like a chocolate cake. So we were scouring around for quite some time. We found the 331 system. We've been following that. And as we're doing, the best way to describe it is like turning up the contrast on a microscope. You're trying to find the best way, the fastest way, the most predictable way of finding a way forward to create duplication, create momentum. Because I think every single person on this call, we're not bored, we're not lonely, we're not looking for experience. We'd like to have results. And with that in mind, we started looking at how can we make this thing, how can we promote something simple, easy for people to follow, something that we know works around the world. And we'll share some stories as we go along, but there are some stories that I got from Europe, from Norway this afternoon, evening, driving home, and it brought tears to my eyes on the way home. The key here is that everything we do is focused on X39. Everything we do is one product. It is the hero product of what we're trying to get to the market. The X39 accounts for about 90% of the entire turnover of the company. So when we focus on that, then yes, we can augment and supplement as we go along with other patches. But if we introduce other patches too early into the game, we just confuse people. And what does confuse people do? Nothing. They go, oh, I have to have a PhD on this. I have to understand that patch. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. And if we look at one of the most successful, if not the most successful brand partner in LifeWave, it's a couple called Stephen, Gina Merritt and Onyx Cole. Everything that I've been focused on, everything that I've been focused on for 3 years, 3.5 years now, has been X39. If you ask them anything about any of the other patches, they go, I don't know. And you go, okay, what do I need for this? I don't know. Use X39. Use X39. Use X39. And the scope and the variety we're seeing where X39 can help and assist is just unbelievable. So let's just take a quick review and find out how we ended up here at the end of 2023. And this is a question that I'd like to ask all of you. And you can think of these as prospecting lines as well. Because there's two distinct different categories of prospects. Ones are the ones that require the patches, X39. And the other ones are the ones that are looking for an opportunity to change their stars. And when I say that, I will expand in the following manner. If you look back over the last 2 or 3 years, and you look at the world economy, the country-specific economy like Australia or the US, you look at the local economy where you live, be it in Queensland in Australia, be it in Florida, be it in Texas, be it in Kentucky. And then this final economy, which is called the personal economy. What are you thinking that the overall economy, world economy, country economy, local economy has to do with your personal economy? Well, it has a lot to do with exactly that. If the prices are up in the world, the prices are likely to be up in your country. They're likely to be up in your local community. It's likely to be affecting your, I guess, wallet. So if we look at that, and I'm kind of positioning this as a conversation starter that you can have over Christmas. When you're meeting with friends, family, relatives, you get together and you go, you know, just ask the question, what has the last 2 or 3 years been like in terms of your local economy, your US economy, Australian economy? What has your personal economy, how has that been affecting your personal economy? And then go forward and say, if nothing changes in the next 12 months, do you think your personal economy is going to be in a better place or in a worse place? If nothing changes. And at this moment in time, I haven't mentioned anything about the patches. I haven't said anything about network marketing. I'm just trying to assess where people are at in their thinking. If I see someone hobbling across the room, have got problems getting out of their chairs, hello, Vicky, like at the restaurant yesterday, okay, then it's something we can probably do to help. But now you get an experience that you can share with other people. So there's 2 different scenarios that we're looking at. With that in mind, then, if you look at, if you turn around and you ask in the local community, how many business owners are affected by the current economic situation? Here in the US, until September this year, bankruptcies, Chapter 11s, 13s, and the likes, are up 33+% based on last year. How many are shutting down their businesses because they cannot afford to keep their businesses running? I was speaking to a contractor or a building contractor consultant the other day, and he goes, it is tough out there, man. People are struggling. They're cutting back on the extras they want in their houses. And as soon as they get closer to the finishing line, they start adding, oh, can I have a full house generator included in the price, please? And she says, hello? That just doesn't work. So people are skimping, saving, trying to cut corners, do everything they can. And here we have something that can help them. So with that in mind, the conversation over Christmas goes, how's your health been over the last 2 years? Without prying about specifics, are you as healthy and as fit as you were 2 years ago? The flip side is if you know that they're running a business, or even if they're not running a business, ask the question, the personal economy. These are conversation starters. Because what we're listening for, we're using a method called FORM. It's called family, occupation, recreation. And we can have general conversation, gentle questions in and around all of those to find out how the last 2 years have been for people. Because if you just run in with the patches, we have nothing to stand on. So the duplicatable system that Steve and Gina are talking about is having a conversation up front. If you know someone really, really quickly, the system that they're running, I'm going to turn on my share here for a second. And where we get so excited about all of this is here. That when you have a system in place, and you have a why, if you, over the next 90 days, 56 days, let's say we call it to the end of February, end of 4th of February, and then we'll start another cycle. End of February the 4th, how many people can you personally speak with, and how many people can you personally enroll? Because the faster you move through this whole concept of 2020, i.e. 20 people on the left, 20 people on the right, the faster you will build out a team that can support building out a successful business for you. The structure that we're looking at as a first cab off the rank, and if my mouse decided to work, that would be really good, is this structure here. I hope you can all see my screen. So if you're not a manager, your first goal should be to go manager. And that's quite simple. You register yourself on silver or upgrade to gold. You have to be a gold to become a manager. But the structure here is you need 2 people below you on the left and 2 people below you on the right. Once you get that done, you are recognized as a manager, which is the most fundamental, critical building block in what LifeWave has. And I'm going to highlight this line here. And I don't know whether you can see it. I hope you can, otherwise I'm going to blow it up. Make a hot list of 25 sharp people you know. If you would like to have a business that grows and continues growing in the next year and beyond, simply find the 25 most driven, motivated people that you know. Not necessarily the ones that hobble on a cane or can't get out of bed. Yes, we would like to help those as well. And that's what we do. We get into $1 billion homes around the world. Key here is patch someone, stick an X39 on the back of their neck, or reach out to them on the phone. Notice that it says patch or call 5 or more people. It doesn't say text. It doesn't say email. It says call. And it could be as simple as this. Hey, Charlie, it's Knut. How you doing? Hey, I just want to reach out to you. I come across an amazing technology. I need 15 to 20 minutes of your time. Let me know what's a good time for you. I've got the time available on Thursday and Friday. Call me back. That's not complicated, is it? Once you actually get with them, stick a patch on the back of their neck. And in Charlie's case, she responded well within an hour. We have had people responding within 5 minutes. When people have an experience, they want to share it with other people. And here's the crux of the matter. You got 24 to 72 hours to get back with them and go, all right, you had a great experience. Who would you like to share this with? The addendum to all of that is the question, would you like to have your patches paid for? And if they would like to have their patches paid for, this is where the system comes in. Let me go over here. This is the training system. This is how we get duplication. When you know your reason why, the address is thisisitteam.com. Determine your why, set your goals. If you're a partnership, if you're husband and wife, then why don't you leverage each other's skills or connections? Oh, this person is interested, there's a challenge in the family, there's a challenge with the business. I'm going to speak with them. Make some commitments, i.e., okay, I'm going to shoehorn into this 15 minutes of my time a day. I'm going to shoehorn into this an hour on the weekend. When you do that, you suddenly begin to move this thing forward and it becomes predictable. The key here when we're working with a system, and going back to the chocolate cake, the first time we made a chocolate cake as kids, we had help from grandma or mom or whatever. They came alongside, they made sure that everything was safe. They help us put things into the bowl in the appropriate sequence. And that's what we all do here, is that we're trying to help each other and we move forward as a team by understanding that when we have the right steps, then we can help each other. So as you see here, set your goals. For example, what would $500 extra per month mean to you? If you got grandchildren, we have someone in our team, she just wanted to make $200 extra per month to pay for piano lessons for her granddaughter. Step 4, build a list. You got to have a list to approach people. And I'm saying this with kindness in my heart. Don't be selective. Don't prejudge. Simply write down, get yourself a notebook. Get yourself a notebook and write down the names. Do not sit down in front of your phone and try to flick through it and say, oh, he's not interested, they're not interested, she's not interested. No, write every single person down. And then it's a simple thing as contacting and inviting. What we are looking to do is to create, let's see if I can find my picture here again. Did I shut it down? I don't think I did. I must have. Okay, let me start that up again. Where is Julie gone? Here we go. So to that extent, we are running a, I guess, competition or whatever you want to call it, so that anyone who can build out and create a manager yourself, starting on ending on December 31. You go manager, you get yourself an X39, we send it to you. This is from Julie and Knut. We are sending it to you. This is not a LifeWave promotion. This is Knut and Julie. We want you to succeed. So if we can help you guys get the skills to build a manager module, which is the most important skill that you need, you yourself will get an X39. If you help someone in your team build to a manager level, which is 2 personally sponsored silvers on the left, 2 personally sponsored on silvers on the right, they become a manager. They get an X39. Now, what's the incentive for you to do that? Remember, you have a left team and a right team. If you help someone in your own personal team become a manager, and we work with you to achieve that, you now have 2 managers, 1 in each team. In that case, you become what's called a director. And you get 1 X39 and 1 Ian from Julie and I. We build this out by the end of February the 4th. If you have 1 director, it doesn't actually have to be in each team. If you have 2 directors yourself, then you become what's called a senior director, and you will receive an X39 and an X49. Now, what this means is that you now have a, inverted commas here, a freebie to use to stick a patch on someone's neck. Remember, 1 patch on someone's neck. If they got now don't want it, then don't stick the patch on them. Don't give it to them. Make sure you stick it on the neck. And I'm going to share this with you because this is an incredible, incredible story. My sister, she was attending a conference this weekend in Norway, and she had a couple of extra X39s with her. Good on her. Good thinking. So she sees this lady, and she is stressed to the max. She has got brain fog to the max, can hardly remember her name. Next to her in a wheelchair is her husband, who had a stroke 2 years ago, has been wheelchair bound since ever, and she's had to personally help him with all his normal daily operations, including 3 or 4 or 5 times taking him to the restroom, etc., etc., etc. My sister sits down, has a conversation, and she sticks an X39 on the back of her neck, and she sticks an X39 on the back of her husband. These are freebies. She's giving them away. This is about 7 o'clock at night. And my sister, contrary to what I normally would recommend, says, keep them on. Let me know tomorrow morning what happens. Well, the lady comes down the following morning, and her face is one of total, utter disbelief. She's relaxed. She's smiling. Her eyes are bright and clear, and no problem remembering conversations from yesterday, etc. It's like, what is this? My sister is sitting down having breakfast with the two of them, and her husband pushes the wheelchair back. He stands up and he walks to the restroom of his own volition. And everyone who's in that breakfast room goes, what on earth just happened? We have seen him been looked after by his wife for the last 3 days. And now he's standing up and he's walking to the restroom. What is going on? When we see those sorts of events and people wake up and see what the patches can do, I'm going to share another story about EMF in a second. But that is what we're looking for. We're looking for someone to have an experience. And then within 72 hours, can we get back to that person and help them build out a list? Now, the serendipity of all of this, my sister just moved homes. She lives about, I don't know, maybe 50 miles away from where she used to live, doesn't know anyone. Guess what? The people that she patched at this conference lives 5 minutes away from her. That is just crazy. That's just crazy. If you want something else to happen, lean on the team, lean on this is what we are using all the way through. So if you go into thisisitteam.com, they have an onboarding schedule, how you set it up, how you actually make sure that they get placed in the right leg in the team, how to enroll. And here we go. Upgrade kits, how to stay compliant. In Australia, it's not necessarily so important as it is over here. And then it says down the bottom here, Go Manager. 10-step system, very simple. The videos here are absolutely fantastic. I implore of you to take the time and watch them. They're short, they're very fast. I'm going to mention a couple here. If you have people in foreign languages, I'm going to change this to Norwegian for a second. Down in the bottom corner here, you can see here that the text has now been translated into Norwegian. If you wanted it in German, simply go and check the German. And that is the power of the technology, that's the power of the team. Use this website. Get out there, be audacious, speak with people, connect with people, and make sure that when you refer to people, it's either the patching or refer to a system that we have that can help people make a predictable income and or help them heal themselves. Or I shouldn't say heal, my bad. repair themselves, regenerate themselves. In all of this, for you to get duplication, it comes back to manager, manager, manager. How do you go manager? As I showed you before, this particular page, worksheet 2020, fill this out as quickly as possible. If you have been around for a while and you already introduced people, let's start on November 1 and let's run this through to February the 4th. Put in the names so you have introduced, left, right, and so forth. And we have 8 weeks till February 4th. And if we work on an average of, say, 3 personal enrollments a week, that is 3 times 8 is 24. You're now setting yourself up to enter 2024 with an incredible amount of momentum, because there will be people in those 24, in amongst those 24, that do want to have the patches paid for. It's a simple question. What would you like to achieve? Well, I'd like to have my patches paid for. Well, in that case, all you have to do is to literally go manager. The key here comes in that highlighted section called the hot list of 25 sharp people. Why? Because you know that when you find someone who's turned on and want to get something done, nothing can stop them. If you had to nickel and dime them on everything, oh, I can't afford this and I can't afford that. That's why we only have on our order form silver, gold, or diamond. There is no bronze. There is no platinum. There is a reason for that. If you're going to invest an hour with someone, educate them, speak them, connect with them, everything, don't you want to get paid for that hour? As in, yes, I'd like to get at least, I should say there's one side option here. That is the preferred customer. I don't mention it very often, but some people say, I just don't have the $300. Okay, that's fine. I'll get you in 1 month. We're going to put you on a subscription. That's the key here. Put them on a subscription for once they start running out, you get another X39 cent immediately. You get another X39. I always go, okay, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I'm 45. Okay. The system, the company recommends 1 month for every 10 years you've been alive. Simple, straightforward. When you do that, you know that they're going to stay on the patches for at least 4 months. If they're 40 or 45. If they're 60 like myself, 6 months. But if you short circuit this and you allow your new brand partner to lead you to people they think might be interested, this might sound crude, but there's a translation from Norwegian to English, and I hope it doesn't come out too bad. We're looking for the greedy, not for the needy. If people are so down and out that they cannot scratch themselves to find $299.95, then I would, if they can't, if they don't have room on a credit card, we actually do them a disservice, because they will not have enough patches themselves to use it themselves, and they will not have enough patches to stick a patch on the back of someone's neck. And remember, you are not a bank, so please don't give them a sleeve unless they are exchanging for something else. I don't know. Please don't give things away. This is a business. You got to be cognizant of that as well. Let me see. Julie wrote this up. I'm following it. So yes, people who want to have their patches paid for, that is the questions that you have to ask. We have a brilliant small example. Julie, do you want to jump in and speak about the lady we found in Louisiana way back from Houston?
Oh, sure. Yeah, this worked out just exactly how what Knut's just been talking about. We were in Houston the other week, and we had, we were pretty tired, but we had to get going. So we actually just drove for 2 hours, and we stopped in a place. I think it was Lake Charles, so I know where that is now. But we went to a barbecue place, and there was like about three couples in there, I think. It was a beautiful place. Anyway, it was nice food, and we just met the owner. She was working the floor, and just had simple conversation as you do. And I think Knut had to get up to do something, and he just started he just asked her a couple of things about the economy, what he was just talking about earlier. about how's business and how long have you been here, etc. Just really simple. And she was very open, and she just said that it hadn't been going well for the last 2 years. And yeah, and he was just oh, okay, so what's been going on? So she expanded, and he just asked her what did she used to do before she was in the restaurant business, and she said she was a dermatologist. So he thought, okay, and he had a look at the Telegram channel before and after, and he pulled up a picture of a lady who her hands had dramatically improved from wearing the X39, and just showed her that. And she was like, oh my gosh, what is that? So that kind of got us talking. And I mean, she came over the table and just said, I want to sell this product. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Now, I don't really get many people saying that. I want to sell it, right? That was just an example. But anyway, we gave her a link. I didn't patch her. It was late at night. But we following this strategy. I actually sent her a link instead. We were leaving the next morning. So I texted her in the morning just to say hi. It was lovely to meet her. She'd already been on the website for half an hour. We set up a Zoom, which is the next stage. Once you patched, you want to invite them to a Zoom. We set up a Zoom with her, and she signed up as a gold on the Zoom. She's very excited. She got her patches on Friday. She texted me. I sent her the welcome letter. She texted me and said, I've got my patches. What else do I need to do? So we had a little conversation. Then she texted me an hour later and said, this is crazy. I had instant brain clarity, and my shoulders and neck have been in pain for, she said, 50 years. I mean, wow. And it's gone. That was 1 hour. So that was with us not being there even. And it was just crazy. So she was going around to patch a couple of her friends from that. So that was like, that's pretty simple, when you patch somebody, but just once they've been patched, they can't go back. So you've got to have a look at this technology, right? Even if they don't have any experience in one day, like I'll just be, asking them to come to a Zoom, which we'll cover in a little while. So that was amazing. I just wanted to just cover this as well. Since we've been doing this, we have there's a couple of people on here that have actually gone manager doing this already, and we have a new director as well. In 2 months, we got a director out of this doing this strategy, and a couple of managers too. So well done to everyone. It's pretty amazing, and how quick this can roll when you focus and you understand it. But linking people to the Zooms is crucial, so they can see what the business is. And they might not want to do it straight away. They might, but they know it's there. So thank you, Canute.
Cool. Thank you. I don't know about you ladies. I mean, as a man, I don't really run around with a handbag. But what I do here in my pocket is a business card holder. It's a metal business card holder. And inside this business card holder, I have 5 X39s. The X39 will not activate inside the metal. There's no activation of the patches, which means that I can run around and I can stick it on people's necks. When you're out there, make sure that when you're speaking with people in this whole thing, when you're actually speaking with people, make sure that you ask them to text you. Don't ask for their number. Say, hey, can you just text me your name and number? That way, you know that what the number that they're sending you is correct. It's so easy to change the last digit on your cell phone number to, instead of being a 2, it's a 1. And now you're chasing yourself and running around and it's never going to work. Make sure that that happens. When we spoke to this lady in Louisiana, it was very simple. She actually came running out. I showed her a picture of someone with psoriasis and how it had improved over the 30 days. She came running out of her office with her business card with her personal cell number on it. What we want really is for you all to have a simple, duplicatable system. If you get on to this is it team.com, the whole system is laid out there. We are following it. We are following it fastidiously as much as we can, because when we follow that, it becomes duplicatable. They actually have a section on there that says, I think it's section 9 on the actual system. Seek counsel upline, seek counsel from the person who introduced you. So for example, there you go. Should I go out and have a booth at a health fair? Should I go out and invest in a table at a sports fair? And the answer is no. Number one, it costs money. Number two, is not duplicatable. And number three, based on personal experience, they can leave you a name like Donald Duck or D Duck or Peter Pan or Minnie Mouse and a crazy ass number, and you just wasted patches here, there, and everywhere. Number one, they're expensive. Number two, you don't get no bang for your buck. Unless you're actually living in, I say, a retirement village and you have a captive audience and you go, all right, you want something to do today? Everybody come on into this meeting. We're going to talk about, because retirees, they want something to do during the day. Are you likely to find network builders? No. They are few and far between. They're not going to be doing that. They're likely to just use the patches, which is great. You get some points, but you will never, ever rank up. Julie, any adjunct on that?
I mean, we made a lot of mistakes when we started. I mean, I did the 2020 when I started like 18 months ago, not following the system really, just because we do have a lot of network marketing background. The thing is that relationships in the US, that's why we've been traveling to develop relationships. It's something you don't have to do. It's not duplicatable, us traveling, but that's the reason we're doing it, because of we've lived like in about 6 different places even in 10 years. So, that's why we're doing that. But we have that experience. But in your where you live, you have, your church groups and all your friends that you've been friends with for ages. So it's a lot easier. So that's why we do that. Maybe you might have thought about that as well. So I just wanted to cover that. I'm pretty good, Canute. Is there anything?
Yes, always use the Zoom meetings. Please use the Zoom meetings. We have our business preview opportunity meetings on Monday nights. We are thinking about starting one up on Thursday nights, just in case for those who can't meet on Mondays. Australia, there is a specific team meeting through the This Is It team. They're running it, I believe, on Wednesday evenings. If you let me share the screen for a second, you can see their screen. If you go to the top here,
This Is It team as well.
Well, this is it team.com. You'll see here they're running things in the UK. So if you know people in the UK, click on UK Tuesday and you will get the dates that they're running, the times they're running in the UK time zone. If you're in Australia, here you go. 4 a.m. Eastern time here in the US, 8 p.m. in Sydney, 7 p.m. in Brisbane. They have all the details here. So we're tapping into an enormous resource. Let's not try to complicate matters, duplicate matters. For those of you who want to grow, they're also running a 90-day run to senior director training every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. You can hook into it. literally use the link that you see here, 733-910-1313, and you can find a recording on that on YouTube, youtube.com/@thisisitteam.
So I just want to say something about that training. That you're going to hear from brand partners that are winning with this system, and they're talking about how they do it and what they've actually done step by step. It's really, really, really good training, and it's all about the duplication. So if if you want to listen to that, it's it's not like PowerPoints and this is how you do it. They're talking about how it's working for them, and all that. So it's really, I find it really good.
So I'm going to pop back to this, and I'm going to go 90-day run. So we are almost coming up to the middle of December. So we have, let's say 10, we have 21 days left in December. We have 31 days left in January, and then 4 days in February. We're going to start this whole 90-day run again in February. First, the 5th of February, that's when we're starting the whole thing again. But if you want to run this and you want to achieve something, whether you want to be a manager, a director, senior director, the whole notion here is that when you achieve senior director and you hold it, you will never, ever, ever have to worry about structure ever again. It just becomes points. And that's what we are trying to teach you, show you. We will work with you to help you develop your personal team. When you begin to get a handle on developing your personal team, you create something called depth. And when you have depth, that's when you maximize the compensation plan. And when you maximize the compensation plan, that's when you're looking forward to earning as a manager a maximum of $1,500 a week. As a director, $2,500 a week. As a senior director, $3,500 a week. And up it goes until senior director at $25,000 a week. I was just listening to a message from Onyx Cole last week. They had 2 new SPDs that had been in SPDs for about 4 months, I believe, but they are now tapping out at $25,000 a week.
Wow. That's
but
incredible.
it starts here. Download this sheet. I'm going to put it on our website as well. And go back and put down the name of the brand partners that you haven't introduced. The oldest one first. So your firstborn child, your secondborn, your thirdborn, and so forth. Write them down here with the dates. And if the gap between these guys registering is, say, more than a week, then the activity level might want to come up a bit so you can speak with people. Do not try to talk to and explain to them how the patches work and everything else. No. Either they have an issue, plug them into the Zoom after sticking an X39 on the back of their neck. Do not talk about how it works, everything else. Or if they are interested as a professional, be it a, what are they called? Cardiologist, it could be a dermatologist, it could be a chiropractor. It could literally be someone who's in the construction industry. Just know your lines and say, hey, how's business? That's all you have to say. How's things going? But you need to build this out as quickly as possible. Julie and I started our run ourselves on November 1. We're working this just as you are, and we're working to build out new managers underneath us with the people that we introduce, because they want to have their patches paid for. We're in the trenches. We're doing exactly what you guys are doing. We know how this works. Please reach out to us, call us, email us. Don't try to figure it out. If you think it's a good idea, no offense, it's probably a bad idea. This type of business is counterintuitive to what you think about normal businesses. It's counterintuitive. Don't go and spend $500 or $1,000 with Facebook to buy Facebook ads. Don't work. But writing down a list of 25 people who actually want something in life make a hot list of 25 sharp people. Do you think you can repeat that to anyone that you sit down with? I know, Vicky, when we sat down over lunch the other day and I showed you this, and you go, oh, there's a whole avenue of people that I hadn't even thought of. And I ask you this, if you happen to live in, say, Houston or in Louisville or in Australia, don't restrict your search to the people who live next to you. Like we are in Florida. If you happen to know anyone that is in, say, Georgia or in Louisiana, Alabama, pass them us the names. We will reach out to them and say, hey, so-and-so spoke highly about you. We came across something. They thought you might be interested. Do you have 30 minutes? For us, the honesty of actually working with people in our team, when someone refers someone through to us, that person will be placed underneath who referred it to us. Because that's the honesty, that's the sanctity of the entire business. If we don't honor that, we might as well pack up. So if you know someone, for example, you live in Louisiana or you live in Louisville, Kentucky, and you know someone in Alabama or in Georgia or in Florida, that's not a problem. We can pick up the phone, we can drive it, we can share it. The whole thing is that we're trying to educate, teach, allow you guys to go out and use the presentation that we have, the 15 or 18 slides. You can sit down at the coffee shop, you can sit down at home, you can run this on your own PC, tablet, and so forth, and you get duplication. It's very simple, but simply by thinking, we overcomplicate it.
Yeah,
so
it is super simple.
Julie, if you
Okay.
want to wrap up in the next for a minute or so, and then we can take questions and everything else and see where we go from there.
Well, I just want to congratulate Tammy Anderson for reaching director. So she actually wins X39 and an Eon because she has done that in this time. Tammy has been in for a year. She had a lot of health challenges, but she hit the ground running in October, and she's hit director. So congratulations, Tammy. Louise Bowie came in through that through Tammy, and she went manager. So you get an X39 as well, Louise. And Miss Stina was similar. She came in a little bit later than that, in May. Is that right? May. And then she's just came in as manager, and she's awesome. She's duplicating like unbelievably well, and I love getting her phone calls. So this is in the post to you as well, ma'am. Congratulations. I would love to see everybody here get some free X39s, and then it's easy to share, right? So I think that's pretty much it. I did see something here that I hadn't said, but we're going to do this again on Wednesday for people that couldn't come on, or if you want to come on again. We have a Zoom tomorrow night opportunity meeting. You can, if you patch people over the last few days, you can send them a link for that. They can come and have a look at the technology. I mean, some people are like, oh, I don't know, and but at least if they see that there is an option, there's a way forward. I've had people call me like months later after they've been to one of these and then say they're ready to come in. I mean, it's kind of cool, but at least they've seen it. So that's the main thing. And getting people on the Zooms is what drives the business. You're muted, Canute.
What I do want to say is that as the company has gone through a bit of a shapeshifter exercise in terms of compliance and the like, I would like to suggest that we kind of turn our attention to thisisit.info.com, which is the old startx39.com. So This Is It Info has all the information, it has all the testimonials and everything else. And then This Is It team maps out the building process. Now, we are not a part of that team specifically, but we've been allowed to use it. And when we use it, questions, please send them to the person who introduced you, who's actively building the business, or hit us, hit Julie and I. Always know who your upline is, so to speak, and that person's upline as well. So in case, for example, if we use Charlie as an example, Charlie, you have someone you introduce and you're not available, you're out playing golf, the phone is off for 5 hours or whatever, how long the game takes, and someone needs an answer. Well, no, they know that they can reach out to Stina, right? So have a backup method. We are only a phone call away, we're only an email away, and our phones typically are operational here in the US until about 9:30 p.m. at night, 10 p.m. at night, and typically operational for 7 a.m. in the morning, which is Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't get a reply from us, check the local time on New York timeline. And if it happens to be in between, say 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., we ain't operational. That's, I'm sorry, we need to sleep as well.
Well, we do have the Telegram channel too. The channel is Activate Your X39. So feel free to put questions in there as well. And you know, if you guys are on there and you know the answer and stuff, you can put your answer in there. And we do have a closed Facebook group now, Activate Your Stem Cells VIP. That's what I've called it for now. So if you haven't had an invite to that, can you let your upline know? And we can post questions in there. I would love for you to post your experiences and experiences of your brand partners and people that that you've patched and they've had a great experience. That's how the business rolls. Testimonials are 90% of why people join us. So yeah, we can have all that information and it'll help you with your patching questions as well.
All right, we're going to wrap up there. I'm going to open it up for questions. Any questions, anyone? And Vicky, I'm sure you will have one. Okay, Meredith was first off the rank. Cut off the rank. Okay, Meredith first.
Ever reliable with the questions. Just going back to the beginning, when you flicked up form, it was family, occupation, something and something.
Okay, it's a formula or an acronym that I've used
Yep.
for the last 23 years in network marketing. It's
Yep.
FORM, form, family, occupation, recreation, and then you'll get a message. The M is the
Got it.
message. So
Okay.
how's the family, how's the dog, how's the cat? All right, how's business, how's work, occupation, recreation, what do you like to do, what do you prefer doing when you're out and about for Christmas? Do you ski, do you scuba dive? This lady in Louisiana, she asked, are the patches waterproof? I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I was wearing the patches to 130 feet underwater. And she goes, that's great, I know how to scuba dive too. So you have a connection. So that's the recreation. It leads on to a subsequent question for all of this. Well, why aren't you spending more time with your family? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't you doing more scuba diving? Why aren't you ski? Why do you love traveling? Oh, I haven't got time, I haven't got money, or both. That's the message you're looking for.
Yep. Okay. And while you're there, just a specific one going forward with meetings. You mentioned the possibility of a Thursday night meeting. I think it was Friday here. And also a rerun of this on Wednesday. I thought I'd just check the times. Is that Wednesday, your time, our time, etc.?
Yes, same time. Yeah. We will set up a calendar, we'll send it out. We will run these. We have business opportunity meetings on Mondays. We have, I think we'll have an opportunity meeting on Thursdays. Okay. The training session, just as such, we would like to invite you to hook into this. Is it team training here in the US at 1 p.m. Eastern, where they're running the 90-day. I don't see any reason for us to duplicate exactly what they're doing. That is just silly. They're using and they have an enormous momentum. Typically, there's anywhere between 500 and 900 people on the Zoom and Facebook live streams. That team is just flying off the handle, and it is so simple. the enthusiasm is just contagious. And yeah.
And then they're recorded, obviously, and it's on their YouTube channel. So that's for you guys in Australia, because you'll be asleep then. We
That's it.
do have, oh, we forgot the This Is It convention, Canute.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
So on January 13, they're having what they call This Is It convention.com. So I'll give you a picture of what this is. This is like, they're giving us all the formula to build this, to make you as much money as you want to make. We went to this convention in July this year. We came out of that as senior directors. We're now executive directors in 12 weeks. We put on 25,000 points in 12 weeks. I mean, we didn't know we were going to do that. We went to their convention. They laid it out what to do. We copied it. That's all I can give you. So they're having another one of these. It's virtual this time. It's on January 13. There isn't any reason for anyone on this call to not really blow your whole business up, into orbit, because we know what to do. We've done it, and they're showing us again in January 13. So I think they charge like $99, but I mean, you can buy it out of your business, sponsor a couple of people, it'll pay for it. But yeah, I've never had anything like this before, and this technology just does it itself. I mean, we had a meeting in Houston last weekend, like the weekend before just this one, and we patched everyone in there. We didn't have anybody sign up at the meeting, but they were patched, and I think, Stina, did you end up with four people or something after that? Like, they came back the Monday and the Tuesday, ended up, I think there was at least four, three, at least three, and I think there's some others there, came back, and they've been patched. They have a look, it's very powerful. So yeah, I think, if you want something else, get out of work. We had my brother was actually, he's in Australia. His friend's daughter is a presidential director, which is the next level up for us, in Australia, and she's come through this system in the last 9 months in Australia. So she had lunch with him, so that's kind of funny, I thought. I mean, of all the places. So he texts me, and his friend was sitting there next to him, who I used to work with when I was 20, with his new wife. And she goes, "Oh, I want to get on these patches." I mean, it's a small world, right? But anyway, they text me. So I was like, "Oh, I got the referral." But, it's just such a small world. And she's come through, she's working this system. So, it's, if you want it, it's there. And if the time's right. But yeah, we've got This Is It convention, and they're doing it. So I think it's going to be 6 hours. I
think it's longer. You can take a break. It will be recorded, but turn up there, set yourself up. We have between now and February the 4th. If you follow the 2020, let's shorten it down to 3 Bible studies, 24. So that's 12 by 12. We're meeting people over Christmas. We're meeting people over New Year, in the holidays, and we can have that simple conversation. Has the last 2 or 3 years, how's the local economy, how's the personal economy been affected by the increased prices? I mean, construction workers, building owners, they are suffering because they have to discount here, then anywhere. The stress is through the roof. People are falling over, heart disease and everything else. We're here to help. That's the key message. So, exactly as Julie says, the lady in Australia was a teacher. She's not out of it because of this business. She's retired permanently. Now, I'm pretty sure that Louise might have a question, and or Vicky. Just stick your hand up, wave at me, and we'll take a question. I know we have about 5 minutes over, so I'm conscious of your time as well.
I just have two questions. There's a lot of information good information tonight, but what are the two resources again? Activate Your Stem Cell VP. Is that a Facebook or is it what is that exactly?
I think you're already on there. I think I invited you, Louise.
Okay,
You're
all
already
right.
in that one.
I've just mastered the Telegram, so I'm getting it.
Hey!
Yeah, I even have
The-
directions now on a roll.
This one is
I know,
this
I'm
one is
gonna
on
keep it.
Facebook, I think. This one is on
Good,
Facebook, I
she's
think.
already on that one.
Okay, I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure where I'm going. What about This Is It team? What is that?
That is
My-
the system website. That is the core principle of the system that we have. It
Okay.
lays out, if you go to thisisit team.com, it will have that is how you onboard someone. This is how the system works. There's 10 steps in the system. It has all the documentation. For example, how do you quickly go manager? They are setting expectancy in their team that manages brand new people coming in, having put 25 strong names on a list. They will be in a position to go manager in 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
then and so forth. They have all that document, all of that is there for you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I love technology. Sometimes it moves faster than I can move, but I'm going to get there. Watch me.
Hey,
think
if you
it-
can
I think-
track a clay pigeon through the air and you can have a double barrel shotgun going off at them, you can do it.
What I-
know.
What I love about this is like, you sponsor somebody, you now have a resource, you can go straight there and go, what do I do with them next?
Yeah.
Basically, which is just awesome.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thank you, Louise. Stina, you were talking, waving your hand.
Two questions. The Monday meeting is kind of for beginners or people that were trying to explain the technology for.
That's the opportunity
Yes.
meeting, yes, and that will be the same with the
And
Thursday
that's
one when
also
we
on
kick that off.
Okay, Monday and Thursday, because I have someone that cannot come on Monday. Also, I've been making copies for my new people, but and I haven't looked at everything, so just be patient. Where do you find the order forms that newcomers can get by themselves instead of me copying?
activatethestemcells.com/order form.
Okay, all right.
Definitely on that website.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you
Vicky,
have,
yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, all right. Do I find business cards on the site on the on my back in my back office?
We will have a separate conversation on that. There's a couple of sources where you can go. That where you can find, you can design them and what you can put on them. So
Okay.
there are some places you can register of Vistaprint and you can get some standard looking, you put your name in and your phone number, that's it.
Yeah, I don't want it, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on it. I just want something I can write my name in and then, keep, because that's in my mind's eye, business cards are always good to hand out also. I
Yes.
could be wrong, I don't know, but I think that you should. The other thing is, you went through that so quick, it's like, okay. What is, again, one more time, and I apologize for making you repeat it, but one more time, what is the approach when you're trying to get those people who are worker bees? What is the approach again?
That's a good question, and in many respects, we have to be chameleons. So there's two sides. One is that if they are a worker bee and they're having some ailments or some issues, something would be along the lines of, hey, I come across an amazing technology, non-invasive, everything else that we know. Here, let me stick this on your back, on the back of your neck. You can send them to thisisinfo.com. Don't stick the patch on the neck unless they actually send you their phone number. So rather than you say again?
I'm talking about these people. As we were talking, I was making a list of people. I've already got at least 30 people down here.
all
And so,
right.
so I'm going to be making some phone calls tomorrow. And so my in making those phone calls. That's what I'm talking about. What should my approach be? Because right now I'm so excited. I just want to tell it, and I know I need to back a little bit.
That's a very good point. Very good question.
Talk to
Tell you what,
Tiffany.
if we can line up a three-way call, maybe between Julie, you, and Tammy, or
Okay.
you, Julie, and Louise.
Don't forget me.
We kind of share the same knowledge, and then we look at the list. You tell us a little bit about the person, and then we kind of can adjust a little bit according to that person. Because you know them, they know the interest is in, and so forth, and we can adapt it a little bit. If you just go out with the same invite, with the same, that is probably a little bit of a scattergun approach.
Right. Right.
It's the old saying, yeah, and you will agree with me, Louise. If you want to hit something at 300 yards, you don't go out with a 12-gauge shotgun firing in the dark.
Exactly.
So you probably want to have a scope on top, and you want to have a little bit of targeted approach to what you're trying to get done. But here's the thing as well. I said, remember everyone, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And you will never, ever, ever be able to say the right thing to the wrong person. So,
I just want to say I've been using that form, ever since I've known Canute, but it does work. It's really cool. I've signed up a lot of brand partners just by simply asking that question. Tanya's on there. I was just asking her. She happens to be my cousin as well, but that's no shoe-in. Relatives no shoe-in for business, right? But she was like, yeah, that sounds good. Send me the link, So.
all right. So we're over the time. Hey, Basa, if you want to set up something, send me an email or shoot me a text, and we can have a one-on-one.
We've got a meeting with them on Tuesday, darling.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. But
Hi, all.
oh, there he is.
Ah,
Any immediate question right here, right now, Basa?
no, not yet. I'm experimenting busily on myself, watching and observing.
Okay, sounds good. And I see that
And the dog.
Kristen has a halo over her head.
I know. It's great.
Just to remind everybody that I am an angel. Yes.
Mhm.
All right, I'll carry that one onwards
All right.
forwards. All right, y'all. Have yourself a good evening, and let's finish 2023 strong, and let's make 2024 the best year ever. Okay?
We'll be back. Yeah, we're back on Wednesday with this. Okay.
You're back on
Bye-bye.
Wednesday. Okay, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Bye.
bye.
Good night.